Today we got a video from Police Watch, and the title of the video is "Man Shows No Remorse After Ending Someone's Life."
Officers responded to a serious crash involving pedestrians on a bridge in New Smyrna Beach that led to a fatal investigation.
11 Central. I'm gonna have people working at code, and I'm gonna need east and westbound shutdown. Okay.
Stay.
Are you good doing CPR? Or you want to swap out with me?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Are you medical?
No, I am not medical. You want to switch?
Hang on, let her take over. She's a nurse. Let her swap out.
Go.
Where's the other person? Are you driving this truck? All right, hang on. Don't worry about that. Are you driving this truck?
Thank you, yes.
Are you by yourself in here?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Where were they? Where did she come from? A car, or was she walking? Was she walking,
He
or?
ran off the road and hit her in the.
She was a walker.
She's a walker.
Hey, you good? You want to swap out?
No, I need an ambulance back.
Is the driver still on scene or did he run?
Driver's right there.
I'm a doctor.
Hey, Cortez, that's driver right here in the blue shirt.
You put the tag in the car?
You know, I must say, it's a beautiful thing that everyone can come together like this to, you know, help the victim and stuff like that. You know, nurses, doctors, you know, everyone's around and stuff like that. And not it's a good thing that everyone's around, but to actually act as well, you know, get involved, not just sit on the sideline, you know, because there's some people that may be trained in some things that might just sit on the sideline and not say anything or do anything, you know, and just watch the show. But you actually have some good people here that, you know, they're trained and they're actually willing to get involved, which is a beautiful thing.
Did y'all see it?
Seen a bit of it. I've seen a bit of because I heard a bang, and then he came this way. He came off the road and right this way.
Okay.
And do you know who he is? See that man there with the beard who's talking a lot? He's really shaking up because that's his bike. He knocked him right off his bike.
Oh my gosh, I love an accent. Hold on, I gotta run it back. She said, cause I heard a bang and da da da. Like, oh my god, I love an accent.
Did y'all see it?
Seen a bit of it. I've seen a bit of because I heard a bang, and then he came
I heard a bang.
off the road and right this way.
Okay.
And do you know who he is? See that man there with the beard who's talking a lot? He's really shaking up because that's his bike. He knocked him right off his bike.
Okay, got you. And y'all saw. Can y'all stand by 1 second? We don't need your information.
CSA, so start walking down the roadway. She's probably gonna need to shot. Alright, this is gonna be patient one, only patient. Nurse is doing CPR, obvious head trauma. She was a pedestrian, got hit over there, unknown speeds. Hey, Kyle, you want to swap?
You guys got an airway?
Hey, you want me to swap for you so you can do something? What's that? You want me to do this? You can, yeah. Huh? Got it? Yeah. Let me do it.
We need an airway, brother.
Yeah, they were on the sidewalk where that original wooden pole was broken. He veered off the road, collided with them, hit the pole, kept coming down the sidewalk, hit pole number 2. She got flung to here, kept going, hit pole number 3, and then went into the tree. And he said that he has no idea, and he apparently can't follow directions because now he's already not listening.
Somebody probably needs to.
That's 12 of them in the car.
No, just hang out with them.
That dude got out of that truck and went.
Can you please go over here? We've talked to you multiple times.
Did they give you a doctor?
Doctor at 7:05 called it.
Okay.
So we're leaving. We're going to just leave her.
I got you. This one's down. He's not going, or
He's talking to his son, who's supposedly a Seminole County firefighter right now. So we're trying to figure out if he's going to go. If he goes, we're going to send him to the But we're going to put a little. Well, they already got it. Put a sheet over her. So I know you guys got to do your thing now. So
yeah.
Investigators say officers were dispatched after reports that a vehicle had left the roadway and struck 2 people walking along the sidewalk on North Causeway. Authorities say the driver remained in the area after the crash. He was later identified as 43-year-old Mark.
Did fire come talk to you yet? Did you need any medical treatment?
I have my seatbelt on.
Okay. You're not injured though? No head, neck, back pain, nothing like that.
Are you good, bud?
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
No injuries, no nothing?
Nothing I feel.
Okay.
And I just shook it up, man.
Yeah, I understand. You don't want to go to the hospital by an ambulance?
Not at this moment.
Okay.
No.
All right. If something changes, let us know.
Yeah. This just happened. Like there's one up on North Dixie Highway. That car went around and it was road raging, and the one that flipped over. And
I worked it.
did you? That was my property.
Oh, where the trailer got smashed?
Yeah, this has been haunting me ever since that.
I got you. Yeah, no, I worked that one too.
Did that person die?
No. No, he ended up being like cocooned in that car pretty well. Everything, like the airbags and everything, pretty much.
The problem that we're having is this scene here, but a witness saw your truck and gave the tag number that comes back to that same truck that hit mailboxes on North Peninsula, where you came from. They tied that same truck into that accident there that hit those mailboxes to here. Huh? So that's the big scene.
Where was that at?
That was on Peninsula coming this way. Some mailboxes was hit, and the witness saw your truck and gave the tag number that comes back to that truck. So you got two scenes. They're in here. With witnesses that saw both. That's where we're at.
Hey, I know that you're worked up earlier. We've had a lot going on. So now that everything has calmed down, okay, has anybody talked to you?
This officer and the female officer, the blonde girl.
Did they ask you what happened?
Listen, man, I was standing where that truck is rested by that light pole, praying with an older couple, praying with them to Jesus. And honest to God, man. And all of a sudden, this guy comes around this curve about 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, takes out that power pole, the tree, and everything in between, and coming down the sidewalk. And they took off running, and I took off running. Threw my shit in the grass over there and rolled up in them bushes and was like, what the fuck? Ran out there to the truck, and the guy opens the door like he's gonna run off. And I was like, dude, are you all right? And then the older couple went, oh my God, there's two people laying in the road. It was her husband and her. They were standing right here. It hit her. It hit her somewhere around this police car, dude, and threw her that far and killed her instantly. There was no bringing her back, dude. And this guy, I went, dude, you're not going nowhere. I said, get back in your truck and sit down. You're not going nowhere. And he's wanting to leave. And I was like,
what do you mean, Lee? What did he tell you?
He was like, I gotta go. His exact words. He's like, I gotta go. And I was like, dude, you're not going nowhere. I pulled my fillet knife out and I said, get back in the truck. You ain't going nowhere. I'll cut your ass, bitch. Sit the fuck down. And they went, there's a lady in the fucking, there's two bodies.
Now this is a good Christian right here. This is a good Christian. He said that I was sitting there praying with this older couple, with this couple here, praying, for better health for him and his family and his loved ones and, their families, their loved ones and humanity, as a whole. And all of a sudden, this lunatic comes out of nowhere. I get my son out in the nick of time. And then he proceeds to say a couple of minutes later, the guy wanted to leave. And he pulled out his knife and said, man, I'll gut you like a fish. You better stay right here. You better act right. You better act right. You better get it together. Because get it together. Sit your behind right in that car, man, before I get you together, man. I will gut you like a fish, man. You will be filet. You will be filet-o-fish. Okay? Now that's a good Christian right there. All right, that's a good Christian. I like it.
Bodies in the street. And it killed her instantly, man. Like, this dude went through every fucking thing and don't have a clue. And don't show no remorse or nothing. Don't even fucking care.
Police say when officers arrived, they found bystanders attempting life-saving aid on an injured woman in the roadway and her husband nearby with severe injuries. Authorities say the scene was secured as detectives began a traffic homicide investigation. Investigators later determined the vehicle struck multiple objects before going onto the sidewalk.
Where's your phone? Give it to this officer. Part of an investigation now. Okay. We're gonna turn it off, don't worry. All right, let's go. What else?
Do I hard lock it right here and it goes off? Yeah, there you go.
We're just gonna have you stand by. We're conducting an investigation.
It's just under investigation.
If you want to talk to me, feel free. This is our first contact we have. I'll just reread your Miranda again, and if you want to talk to me, that's perfectly fine. If not, this is as far as it goes. It's completely up to you, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fatal accident, so I just thought it'd be better to the place. So.
And you have that right for legal counsel. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I'd like to help more than I can.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you, like I said, like I can reread your Miranda and rate your Miranda rights, and I can ask you questions if you want, but I have to reread your Miranda rights. I mean, if you want to talk to me, that's what I'm here for. I'm the primary investigator. I just want to get down to the bottom of what happened, why there's a body in the roadway, and go from there. That's all this is. You know, if you don't want to talk and at the advice of your attorney, I'm not gonna sit there and coerce you into doing so. That's against the law. So I'll put it up to you. So.
I guess I have to follow this advice.
And like I said, that is your right to do so. That's why we have attorneys and lawyers and stuff like that. So, has anybody said a blood draw?
From what I was under the.
Someone said, someone asked her. Has someone asked and said that you would consent to a blood draw, right? Someone did ask that.
Right, prior.
And you said no.
Yes.
Okay, but which you have the right to do so. That's the first part of that is consensual. It's fine. So
you don't want to consent to a blood draw, right?
No.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
I would take breathalyzers and tests.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking her.
I understand that.
Okay.
But, all right.
All right.
So what we need to do is pick it front or back, it doesn't matter, but if you find something that's pertinent to the investigation, so
keep it where it's at and take a picture.
What does the search warrant entail? What are we looking for?
Any narcotics, any paraphernalia.
You have a copy of the search warrant?
Yeah, it's in my car. You want to go through this real quick? That's just a blast.
That's a lot of cash.
Jordan, we got some cash over here.
A lot of cash? Take photos of where it's at, or have Scott take photos?
Scott, can take photos of all this cash over here.
Cash?
Yeah. It's in this pocket.
I can't collect it though. It's not on the search warrant, so.
I know. Just take
pictures of it.
Should we do the same thing with the checks?
Same thing with the checks then?
Checks I'm not really so much concerned with.
It's just the cash.
Okay.
Where's the?
He has it.
Is it just all?
It's all in here, yeah.
Later, officers arrested Mark, 43. He was charged with vehicular homicide, reckless driving causing serious bodily injury, leaving the scene of a crash, possession of a controlled substance. Investigators say Ruth was driving westbound when his truck veered off the road, hit several objects, and continued onto the sidewalk, striking a married couple. Authorities say the woman was pronounced dead at the scene, while her husband suffered serious injuries requiring multiple surgeries. Police say evidence collected during the investigation, including toxicology testing, indicated the presence of controlled substances. Ruth was taken into custody and booked into the Volusia County Jail as the investigation continued.
The investigation continues. Oh, come on, man. Man, we need it. Man, I was looking to hear how much time he got, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is fresh. That's why. This is from, oh no, this was a year ago. Dang, it's still going on? Yeah. Man, that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to see how much time he was gonna get. I mean, on his end, it was smart enough. He was smart enough to not talk. You know, I guess we could say that he's smart enough not to talk. But overall, I'm gonna get officers a 5. So, but yeah, he was smart enough not to talk. But this guy, he's definitely under the influence of something. And man, for those people that, if you've never seen a dead body before, all those people that was there that day, they're gonna think about this. They're gonna think about that. The accident, the seeing the lady flying in the air and hitting a tree and having a body lifeless in the middle of the street, passed away. So, now, their fluids is getting released and all that type of stuff. It's like I said, seeing a dead body is something. But doctor called it official 7:05. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't got too much to say about this case, but feel bad for everybody involved, man. And this guy should spend the rest of his life, okay? The rest of your life for your actions, man. So, that's let's see here. I think, he should get life. Honestly. That's my opinion. Get life. That's what it is. I remember I had an inmate die on me one time before, and not from an accident like this or anything. I was on a hospital watch, and I was watching this inmate because the prison I worked at when I first started, it was about an hour and a half away from where I lived. So I traveled to work, and then and stuff like that. So in the summertime, there was an inmate who the main hospital that they sent him to was like halfway between my house and the prison. So instead of sending somebody out from where the prison was at, they knew that I traveled to work. So it would be easier for me to, drive an hour, 45 minutes to get to the hospital versus then go to the prison. So it was one summer, and they had an inmate that was I think he had cancer. He had cancer. And so he had to go to the hospital, and so instead of sending me all the way to the prison, they would send me to the hospital for hospital watch and hospital duty and stuff like that. And talking to this guy, and cordial conversations, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And it was just sad, man, because when someone is dying of, something like that, then, obviously their families are notified and stuff like that. If it's really serious, their families are notified, and then, they would allow, visitation for the family and stuff like that. But this guy had no family in prison for, I forget how long it was, but for years, and he just died alone. And I was watching him for about 2 weeks straight. And one day came in, like every normal day, whatever. He's talking this, that, and the third, and a couple hours later, flatlines. Beep. All the nurses come rushing in, the doctors, the this, the that. They doing the chest compressions, and everybody know if you doing chest compressions right, you know, you gonna start cracking some ribs. So you hear the bones cracking, crack, crack, crack. And it's like, it's so hectic. About 30 people came in there, you know, try to save them, and you know, couldn't save them. And the most hectic part out of that is that you got about 35 people in there. And it's like, you have to, for the paperwork, you have to find the doctor that called it, you know, that like how they said, oh, doc called it at 7:05. You got to find the doctor that actually calls it. But everybody in there is doctors and nurses. So you just like, and you kind of got to get out of the way. You got to get out the, you know, out the room. You're not in the room, you outside the room, you know, so you just watching them, but you don't know who's who. And so after that, you know, I had to, you know, figure out who was who, and they fill out this paperwork. You fill out this paperwork and everything. And so then you're just sitting there in a room with a dead body, and until you know, they come to bring them down to that morgue and stuff like that, to the, you know, where they have the cold rooms and hospitals and all that stuff. But you're just sitting there with a dead body until you sign them over to the morgue and stuff. It's a crazy. It was crazy. You just sitting in there with just, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But that reminded me of this, like when he was like, yeah, doc called it at 7:05. And I'm like, man, I remember I had an inmate die on me one time, man. But anyway, so yeah. That's it for this video. The ShyGotEm Correctional Facility is now open, where we specialize in act right and getting them together. If you want to become an officer, check out the YouTube membership. If you want to be a sergeant or above, check out the Patreon. Your support helps the channel keep going, and I hope to see you in lineup.